Thank you, Sheever. Suns fan here with Cinderin. Upper bracket stop looking at TI11
follow my lead.
Secret versus PSG.LGD. This is... That's my voice. All right, that distracted me a bit. We are in game now. This is going to be... this is a hype matchup. Second seed Secret, unfortunately for them, have to face off against PSG.LGD, who many feel are the favorites going into this tournament, but they ended up third in their group, Cinderin.
Yeah, they had a little bit of a slow start. I think LGD's day one was one of the weaker ones they've had in quite a while, but they picked up a lot of steam throughout the groups, and that, you know, that's kind of what you want. You want to go into the bracket with in top form, and I think there's a lot of good things to be said about how LGD have developed throughout this tournament. So very curious to see this. Like you said, Secret definitely... Is it fair to call them an underdog in this? You probably always call teams underdogs against LGD, right? Just historically speaking.
Especially you, yeah.
I always think LGD is going to win until they don't. But
well, you were telling me they've been top 3 at 5 TIs. Is that right? That is kind of insane. Obviously different rosters for a lot of those, but regardless.
Yeah, they've played every TI since TI2.
Yeah.
And they've got 5 top 3s, but they've never won. I think they've got 2 or 3 second places out of those top 3s. All right, let's see.
We're going to see some early action for the bounty. Zayat ends up netting himself that, but Resolution's going to take a little bit of damage here, which of course we are going to talk about Resolution a bit here, not just because he's awesome, Cinder, but he's playing a silencer, position 3.
Well, I thought it was because he's playing your voice line. Okay.
I did tell him to do that, and he's been a very good boy so far. Thank you, Roman.
Yeah, silencer offlane, very unusual here from Secret. It is something that I think Puppy's teams historically have been really good at, or how to say it. It's kind of hit or miss sometimes, but he's not afraid of doing uncharacteristic and creative approaches to laning stages to try to solve problems. I'm kind of with the panel, though, when they say, I don't think Silencer fares well against Lone Druid Dazzle. I think this is going to be a tough task for Resolution to do a lot with. He's playing with a support 4 in the Nyx, who doesn't have the most laning impact compared to, say, something like a Marcy. So I think they might have their work cut out for them down here at Flame. A little bit of a trade-off here between Nisha and Nothing to Say. And I just wanted to wrap up the thing we talked about with LGD's TI attendances, right? Because something that's funny about Secret as well is that they've placed like every position at TI, more or less, in the last 6 years.
Yeah.
The only ones that have eluded this roster, I think, are actually 2nd and 1st place. Last year they got 3rd, the year before they got 4th, and then I think they had a 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. You know, they've more or less gone up one placement per year. So is this the year that Secret reaches the finals?
I mean, as you know, I did pick these 2 teams to end up in the finals. Which may be a little awkward since they are facing off so early in the upper bracket, but
that doesn't rule it out.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Secret, I think I'd lock them in for 2nd place. It's just how it's going to happen. Obviously, Puppy knows more than everybody. But yeah, PSG.LGD obviously very strong, but the groups, not as... I mean, they bled a little bit, Cinder. What do you think that is attributed to? Do you think they've been playing so much over the past, like, all these tournaments coming up into TI, maybe a lot of research has been done against them? Or is a lot of it like Secret and teams like Liquid that have really gotten this ball rolling because of the last chance qualifiers?
Yeah, I think in part certain other teams have really raised their level in the last month and kind of caught up to an extent. But I also think aside from that, LGD have been very creative in their strategies. I think when you play this many different heroes and this many different strategies, some are going to miss. Unless you think back to something like Wings at TI6, where they were just so much better than a lot of other teams that they could run almost any heroes they wanted and just win on raw skill. The competitive field now is just so much closer, so I think if you do run a lot of different strategies, you're not going to hit it every single time. And also, like we said, just a little bit of a slow start in day 1, right? I think after day 1, they more or less dropped, I think, 1 or 2 games in total.
That's fair, that's fair.
It just had to warm up a little bit, perhaps.
The mid lane right now, Nisha sitting on 15 and 1 CS. As we can see, a little action top lane. Faith Beyond taking the brunt of the damage here. Chrysalis still with the Starbreaker, will fully connect, and that looks like first blood goes the way of Secret in this game number 1.
This is just such a good carry against Enigma in lane. So what generally does well... Oh, this is gonna... I hope we're not going to hear this every time they get a kill. I listened to you enough already.
Sorry about that.
Why did you have to make that one? But maybe he still rates the aura higher. All right, got to see a little bit of a poke down here on bottom.
Yeah, Poison Touch slowing a Resolution to a crawl. You can see Zayat is coming, but it's going to be too late. So first kill for PSG.LGD so far in this game.
I'm actually impressed with how much farm Rezo has here. I think having 21 and 7 here is pretty respectable given the laning matchup that he has.
It is a silencer off lane.
It's silencer
very
Nyx. It's very... I think odd is a good word to describe it, but a lot of 5s can't, is actually you scale incredibly well with few items, right? If you get a BKB on this hero, if you get some sort of utility,
Nice snowball. Ends up getting out of the range of the Starbreaker, but it matters not because Puppey is here to play as well. So 1 kill for Secret as why? Approach the tier 1 tower will be fine. Resolution in the meantime.
and left right with perfect stun.
Oh, but snowball in onto the mid lane. Nisha already at half HP. And comes nothing to say with the rolling thunder with a big Solar Guardian coming in as well as Crystal is trying to focus down GQ. They'll be successful eventually. Nothing to say, has to roll away. So rotations from both sides ends up netting Secret the kill on the Tusk.
Finally have a little bit of space away from this Dawn.
Secret find Ame. Zayats gets off the Impale, but see the ult coming out from the Lone Druid as Nisha's here with the Pulse Nova. Y gets off a nice poison touch. Nice blocks coming out from Zayats, but the Grave comes out as well. It's nothing to say it's coming to try to help out his comrade, but oh yeah, she does TP out just barely enough HP, and Nisha and company have to hightail away, but Nisha gets blocked in by the Ice Shards. Split Earth only hits on one. You can see Resolution trying to help him out. He actually dodges the swashbuckler. Jin Q will be one to fall. And now they're going to turn this around. There's nothing to say as well. So it ends up being a 2-for-1 as Secret looked like they were going to lose out on that engagement, but a nice turnaround and a great voice line from Resolution. Perfect timing.
To being enough damage when he gets the true form off.
Like
And it might cost Crystallis.
Yeah,
it's a snowball.
It's going to connect. You can see the Lone Druid Bear going pretty ham here, but Puppey's there with the slow. And the hammer coming in now to Jin Q with the help of Resolution. So again, Secret getting the better of this engagement despite being
Team fight beforehand because LGD can relatively easily go and contest the area. But yeah,
to say he gets stunned right out of the gate. They don't even need the Solar Guardian. There's Nisha and nets the kill with the Split Earth. 4K lead for Secret now.
They are absolutely destroying
Starting to run away with it as you see Puppey's ult come out after the Frostbite, and Zayas is here with another Impale Starbreaker to finish off Jin Q.
Too late on the Grave there from Y. Kind of uncommon that he doesn't get that off in time. Hours, so if you're the one setting the agenda, you're already really happy.
Need to tank the gank. Oh, the Global Silence is giving us some cover, and the Solar Guardian coming as well. Jin Q is just punished right off the bat.
Oh, this could be big. They don't have Dawn
a
ult,
Solar
though.
Guardian, yeah.
Dropped everything. Still trying.
Off the Vendetta first. Actually gets the Impale as well. Crystal's is here with the huge Starbreaker, and down goes Ame. Speaking of Resolution, he has the Falcon Blade into 4 staff. We're going to see a Starbreaker again come out. Faith/Beyond caught out on his own side here. Zayat stuck inside the Ice Shards. Nothing to say. He's going to be blocked up by said Ice Shards. This is down slowly. Wraith packed inside as Nisha seems to have a decent idea that this is happening. He's just going to walk right in with the Split Arc. Gets off the Pulse Nova and the Bloodstone ahead of him. The Soul Guardian on the outskirts as Zayat gets stunned. But nothing to say. Already gets off his Rolling Thunder. But a huge Starbreaker Crystallis deletes Faith/Beyond. Jin Q starting to get quite low as Puppey's the first to fall for Secret. So it's a 1-for-1. He's going to buy back into the game. Though double kill from Crystallis coming out as well. And Nisha pretty much out of mana, but it's just enough to take out Ame. And now Y and company from LGD have to get the hell out of here as Secret will likely get the Roche.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe Secret kind of let them do that.
Thanks for the damage.
Do the hard work for us. You know, we can't really kill Roche ourselves that quickly, so if you guys would please get into, oh yeah, the classic wrestler, no global, we can fight easy. Well, he didn't have mana.
Impale set up onto Faith/Beyond with the Solar Gun, but a nice Tusk Snowball mitigates a lot of it as Crystal's popped BKB a little bit prematurely. Starbreak doesn't really connect very well, but they still have the damage, it looks like, to take out Faith/Beyond. And Jin Q is next on the list. So despite the Secret initiation not going as planned, I mean, with this kind of a lead, it doesn't really matter sometimes.
As Grave.
Yeah.
Okay. He kind of juked them by running in a line.
Sometimes it's the hardest path to follow. Okay.
That is really impressive that he found a way out of that.
On the other side of the map, though, Jin Q gets off the initiation. Already has his shard as Zayas gets off the Impale as Nisha has to walk his way around. But it looks like Jin Q is likely to fall. He's getting healed up, though. And still the Aegis in line for Nisha, so he is not scared. Eventually, Jin Q goes down, and there's the stun follow-up. And Nisha, they're looking for the bear. That's all the damage that Ame has. I mean, lightning storm down. Continue on now. They're looking for a full team wipe potentially. Global Silence is there. Nisha just hedging his bets. GG is called. And Secret completely stopped game number 1. Not what we were expecting, but Secret off to an amazing start.
Yeah, that was not even remotely close. Just absolutely crushed them start to finish. The lanes went well.